Get ready for the drama. This is Dave Ryan's War of the Roses, 101.3 KDWB.
Cellular phones, your mobile phone, your smartphone, they are the biggest evidence that will ever bust you for anything.
What was it before? Was it just the old underwear and lipstick and perfume?
Motel receipts.
Okay.
Jewelry receipts, flowers, canceled checks, maybe condoms, things in the glove compartment.
Did you write a book?
Yeah. Things like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you think about smartphones, they're going to bust you. For example, let's say that you murdered somebody, and I see your smartphone go to the site of where you hid the body and then come back.
Right.
And I can track on your cellular phone, like your cell signal, where you were. It's like, Fallon, you said you were in Menominee the entire week.
Yeah.
Why does your cell phone go out to this, cave where you buried this body?
I'd be like, I went there. They have a Potbelly location out there. It's delicious.
You went all the way to Potbelly.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, around the time the body disappeared. So your
Not my
phone is
fault.
going to bust you over and over.
I love a TKY.
What?
What I order there.
A TKY?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a turkey sandwich.
Okay. Can you stay on track?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You're right.
So we are talking to somebody whose cell phone has busted his wife, but she says no. Let's hear the whole story because we got Ben on the phone right now. Ben, what did you find on what was it, Alexa? The Alexa app that you found, or what happened?
Yeah. So I have my wife and I share an Alexa app. So we can both look at the stuff that's on it, right, through whoever's phone. It doesn't matter. Now, I was looking at our grocery shopping list because I wanted to add something to it. And as I'm looking through the list, I find, it's going through everything: bananas, Pop-Tarts, eggs, flour. And then there's champagne, lube, strawberries, and condoms.
Okay, I have to laugh. I'm sorry I'm laughing because that is the most cliche, ridiculous list ever.
And if you were doing something in secret, why would you need a reminder to put it on your list?
Good point. But also at the same time, if you found that on your partner's phone, you would be like, what the F is this all about?
Now, are you like me? Do you react and then ask questions, or did you ask questions first and then react?
I asked her because none of this stuff is anything that we use or normally buy. So I showed her. I was like, what is this stuff? Why is this on here? And she was just like, I have no idea how those got there. I don't know. I swear. So it wasn't me. But I was like, how it didn't just show up on the list magically. Like somebody had to actually put them on there.
True.
In order for them to get on the list, and it wasn't me. But she said the same thing. She said it wasn't her, and she was very much like, why would I be so stupid as to put those on a list that you can see if something was going on? So
that's what I'm saying. I got to give a woman more credit.
But then, what'd she say to that, though?
Well, I said maybe you thought I'd never see it because to be honest, I don't look at the list very often and I don't add to it. I usually just tell her to put something on there.
Okay. So your suspicion is she might put it on there thinking you would never see it.
Yeah, that's very likely because more than half the time, most of the time I never even see the list. But here's the funny thing is that I remember when I first started dating her, when we first met, that we did do some champagne, strawberry kind of stuff. We were for the first couple dates. Anyway, it just got me thinking. It doesn't make sense, and I thought, well, what if there is something going on? So,
I think you're justified in this one because it didn't get on there by itself. Mm-hmm. She put it on there. You would know if you put it on there unless you got drunk and put it on there one time and forgot all about it.
Possible.
Well, it's kind of like when you shop on Amazon at night and you don't realize you've been you don't drink, Fallon, but if you drink and then
not that much. No, I wouldn't. I remember what I do.
Okay, yeah. But I think a lot of people have they forget what they were drunk and shopping for. I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it. Here's one thing that traps most people, and it's called War of the Roses. So if we call her. And, we're not going to send her flowers, to give to some guy. We're going to say, okay, hey, you take this survey, you win a dinner out at a nice restaurant, kind of a romantic dinner, and we'll be like, okay, we need to write down the names of the people you want to bring along with, who you want to bring along with, and then hopefully she'll say you. I mean, your husband, you've been married. How long have you guys been married anyway?
7 years.
You had to think about that for a second. Okay, all right, that's part of the problem.
Just 1 second.
Okay. No, I'm kidding you. So
The math it's a funny, it's like right in the middle of it.
all right, so she'll hopefully say you, but if she says somebody else, then we start to get to the bottom of things. Hang on.
Okay.
We'll make the call in a second. Let me ask you a question. If you're listening to the show, here's a question for you. What evidence did you find that was explained away later? For example, what evidence, maybe you found a pair of earrings in the cup holder of your car, and it turned out that your boyfriend's mom borrowed the car. I know that's a lame excuse, but maybe there was something that was explained away. Or what did your boyfriend or your partner try to explain away
Yeah.
when he found you? Maybe he found a bottle of wine and 2 glasses by your bathtub and you couldn't explain it away. Anything like that. And what do you think is going to happen? Is she really picking up strawberries, lube, condoms, and what's the other one?
I think
Champagne?
Yeah, champagne.
Call us at 651-989-KDWB or text us, and what do you think before we do War of the Roses, and we'll be right back on KDWB. We have a little bit of a dilemma here on War of the Roses, and that's really what it's always about, is like, okay, is he cheating? Is she cheating? In this case, is she cheating? Because he was going through their Alexa app, and he found a text message, and not a text message, sorry. It was the Alexa shopping app, and he opens it up, and it's like, okay, there's everything boring stuff on there, like bananas and whatever, Pop-Tarts and flour and champagne, condoms, lube, and strawberries. And it makes you laugh because it's like so cliche, so incriminating. And he's like, did you put this on here? She's like, I swear to God, I don't have any idea how that got on here. And he's like, well, it didn't magically pop up here by itself. And she's like, do you think I'd be stupid enough to put that on there so you could find it? He says, maybe you hope that I wouldn't find it. So he's still not convinced that she's not cheating or up to something, because early in their relationship, when they would meet up, they would involve the champagne and the strawberries.
This is really funny. Someone said, I once thought I found a tube of lipstick in my boyfriend's car. Turns out it was touch-up paint for his car. LOL. This one says, could be the 7-year itch.
It might be. Let's talk to Chance on the phone. Chance is our one of our resident relationship experts, because Chance, is it fair to say you've been to town before, Chance?
I've been caught, and I have caught others.
Okay, you've been caught and you caught others. So what do you think's going on here? Is this incriminating, or is it what's going on?
Oh, that's incriminating. He's ruining her little perfect getaway weekend. Next thing she was going to do is come up with a lie to get away, saying she got a work retreat or something.
So this weekend, she would have said going to the North Shore, because that's where apparently in Minnesota, that's where all the cheating happens, is on the North Shore. So she's going to go work.
That's too obvious. She was going to go to Baldwin, Wisconsin.
Baldwin, Wisconsin?
Of all the places.
That's genius. I can tell that you were a good cheater at one time, Chance, weren't you?
No, because he got caught.
Because you would come up...
I mean, not all the time.
Not all the time, but you would come up with a lie that was so stupid that your partner would say, he wouldn't make that up, right?
Yep.
See, they got to come up with something that's like, okay, he would never make that up.
Oh my
Chance,
gosh.
very astute. Thank you. Let's take another phone call before we make the phone call, the call to her. Michelle in Friendly Fridley. What do you think? Actually, you know what? We ran out of time, so we're going to have to come back in her in a second. So let's make the phone call right now. I'm sorry about that, but I'm looking at the clock going, we got to get going. So let's make the phone call right now on War of the Roses on KDWB.
That's all the time we needed, other than if I can keep you on for a couple of extra minutes, I'm going to grab some info from you, because I do want to set up that dinner that we promised. So it's a romantic dinner at downtown. And what I'll do is I leave place cards on the table, and we have your name, obviously, Lanny. We just like to get the name of your guest you'd like to bring, and then we can have a place card for him as well.
I'm okay, and I don't have to leave my credit card with you guys or anything like that?
No, great question. No, this is totally complimentary.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so his name is Ben.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's all we need is just the name, and then we'll find a time in the schedule to set this dinner up for you guys.
I hate to let her down now,
well,
Fallon. She
I know.
sounds so nice and excited.
Yes.
It's good to get out
Yeah.
during the pandemic and go to a dinner or whatever. But there is good news. Let me just try to back up and explain everything. You've been hoodwinked, basically. And
What's happening?
Yeah, I know. We were testing you to see who you would choose to go to dinner with. And when I say we, it's the Dave Ryan Show on the radio over at KDWB. And so it was kind of funny, right? We called you to see if who you'd
Good
choose
prank.
to have dinner. It's kind of a funny thing. And you chose, of course, you chose your husband. And that's a good thing because he's listening on the other phone right now. And Ben heard the entire thing and knows that you would choose him and not somebody else. And that makes him feel really good. Right, Ben?
Yeah, it definitely makes me feel better.
So I guess the
am.
question is, why would Ben be wondering whether you would choose anybody else?
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes okay.
Well, a lot
So-
happens at once. I don't blame you.
We do this thing on KWB every Thursday where somebody thinks their partner might be seeing somebody else. So we call them and we say, hey, you win something that is a couple's kind of a gift, like roses or a dinner. And we say, who would you like to send that to? Now, most people that if they're suspected of seeing somebody else, they usually are seeing somebody else. But you chose to go to dinner with your husband, so you passed the test. But Ben will explain to you why he was suspicious that maybe you would choose somebody else, Ben, if you will.
So it's the grocery list. Remember the stuff that I found on the grocery list? The Alexa app grocery list that we have? Strawberries,
Okay,
food, condoms.
yeah.
Well, how does that stuff get on there?
No idea. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this right now, Ben. I have no idea how those got there. I swear.
I don't know how they got there either, but they did get there somehow. Listen, I just don't understand how that happened.
Is there
or
any
why?
if you're listening to the show and there's any possible explanation? For example,
I don't have an
sometimes-
Alexa.
Well, Alexa sometimes will do something weird, like I've never
Would
had
she-
it happen myself, but she'll do something weird and maybe.
Would she pick it up from the TV or something? Because that's I don't know how Alexa works. I don't have one. Would she hear something on the TV and then write it down?
Very
Probably
unlikely.
not. Okay.
Very unlikely. Although that would be a really funny bit if people started putting stuff on your Alexa shopping list.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay. But maybe it's a hack. Maybe somebody hacked into your local Alexa. I don't know. But it sounds like you're either a great liar, which I don't want to say that. I think you're really sincere. I think you really just don't know how it got on there.
I have no idea how it got on there. And furthermore, not that I would cheat, but even if I would, that seems like something really stupid to do, to put on our Alexa, Ben. This is what I'm saying to you. This is dumb. It wasn't me. I don't know how it got on there. I have no idea, and it is weird and strange. But I didn't do it. I'm not cheating. I can't believe you're doing this right now on the radio.
On the radio, Ben. On the radio. Can I bring up one more little thing that's a little bit weird? Ben was telling us that back when you two first met, you would, bring strawberries and champagne at, when you first would meet. And he thought, well, that's a red flag, too, because this is either a big coincidence or kind of hard to explain.
Wow, this is so embarrassing. I'm glad everybody knows that about our personal lives now, Ben. I didn't do it. That's all I can say. I don't know how it got on there, but it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I'm not seeing anyone else. I love you, even though I am super pissed right now. I'm not cheating.
What do you think, Ben? Do you believe her then?
Yeah, I want to believe her. I mean, I never would have thought anything if I hadn't seen this on the list. It never would have even occurred to me or crossed my mind. So yeah, but I want to know. I still don't understand how it got on the list, and I do want to figure that out because it is really strange. I don't
There's
see
an
why,
explanation
why
for it
that
somewhere.
could or should happen.
You obviously got there somehow. There's an explanation. Maybe one day you'll figure it out. Maybe something else weird will show up on. I don't know. But I think she sounds sincere. I vote sincere. What do you vote, Fallon?
I believe her because I just feel like I give women more credit than that.
I don't know. I've had some dumb girlfriends before. I mean,
well, they dated you.
They did. All right, guys. You know what? I don't think we're going to get any more by discussing this, but I'm glad that it at least turned out the way that you hoped it would. That's the outcome you wanted. That's all you can ask for. So.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
I mean, you're welcome, I guess. Let's get to our attorney, Jonathan Fogel from Fogel Family Law, and see if there's anything that we can learn from this, whether how to divorces or keeping your marriage, safe and sound or what. Jonathan, in your 25 years of experience, what did you think about when you heard this War of the Roses?
Well, first of all, good morning, everybody.
Yeah,
morning,
Jonathan.
Good morning, Fallon. The first thing that I thought about is how the use of cell phones has basically destroyed relationships.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there was a study that was done, and it showed since the year 2000 that marriages have actually gone down, the number of people getting married, but divorce rates have gone up, and infidelity is always probably the number one reason. And there was a study that showed that 92% of infidelity has been caused or found out through cell phone use or other social media.
Wow. I see it every week on War of the Roses. It's usually something. They take their phone outside to answer it. They're texting, but they won't say who. There was one where there was a bunch of red hearts showing up, and they could see the red hearts from across the room. That was like, what? Then there's everything from pictures showing up in your shared cloud. Right.
Yeah, right. And that's what happened. First of all, as I'm getting older, my text messages have to be so big, someone could probably read them.
I've seen that.
Meet up later.
I have seen that. I'm like, sir, I can read your entire page on an airplane.
Well, I have to be very careful.
Yeah.
With my kids around. They're always like, Dad, that's so embarrassing. Why are your texts so big?
Do you ever have to go back to somebody's SIM card and recover? If I delete my texts, then Susan could hire you to go back and look in my SIM card and find out what I was up to.
Yeah, they're not. People have this idea, even with Snapchat, right? You think you send these things and they disappear, but the reality is that there are servers that are owned by Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook that store information, and so us attorneys can subpoena those documents and subpoena those records, and then use that evidence as proof of either infidelity or overspending or some other behavior that might be relevant to someone's divorce.
Okay, so deleting things doesn't always do it. Watch what. This is not like how to cheat. Jonathan's not telling you how to cheat. No. Oh, by the way, Jonathan, I should be in marketing. I have a new slogan for your business.
Yeah,
no.
Let's hear it.
Ready? Uh-huh. Just undo it. That's my new slogan for your business. I think you should put that on your business card, your logo. Just undo it. Don't you like it? That's genius.
Familiar.
Genius.
Instead of the swoosh, I could have a
gavel,
maybe a broken ring or something like that. Could be that would be terrible.
Oh my gosh, so sad.
Just undo it.
No, it's a heart broken in the shape of the Nike check mark, like it's laying on its side a little bit.
Can you hold on for a second, Jonathan? Please hold on, because right now
sure.
Jenny is seriously waving at me like, okay, apparently there's somebody that we have to talk to. This is rude to do to you in the middle of this, and it's going to make us run late. Okay.
Go ahead. I hope they're not commenting on the swoosh. I don't know.
Hold on for 1 second, because I'm supposed to take this call right now. This might be the answer. Is this Rachel?
Yes. Hi. I'm so good, you guys.
What do you know about this?
Well, Lanny's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And so we were over at her house watching The Bachelorette with another friend of ours and having a couple, glasses of wine, maybe bottles of wine, whatever. Irrelevant point. But we were... So she got up to go to the bathroom. And I totally forgot about right now. And I tried to call her directly, and she's not answering, and it's not text message appropriate. But anyways, so that was us. We were messing with her Alexa and adding everything terrible to it, like terrible things. Like we were adding, Alexa, add condoms to my grocery list. Alexa, add boob. Alexa, add cucumbers. He probably didn't realize that was part of the joke.
Oh, cucumbers was on there, too. Okay.
But listen, that was us. It wasn't her. She didn't do anything. She doesn't even know. And I feel horrible. I turned
I think it's kind of funny. I wouldn't feel that bad. It's not like
in your pants.
Well,
I felt bad.
He's now brought her on War of the Roses, so that's where the bad comes in. But now I think everyone can just laugh about it, at least. Hopefully you get a hold of them very soon.
Oh my goodness, I feel so badly, and I am so sorry to have had dragged her through this on the radio. But it's our fault. It's our fault. I'm sorry, friend. Please don't stop being friends with me. My bad.
You know what this is going to start? This is going to start a trend of people seeing an Alexa speaker in their friend's house or their mom's house or their sister's house and be like, "Hey Alexa,
please add butt plugs."
But not butt plugs. No, probably not that. But no. Anyway, well, Rachel, I'm glad you're. You know what? The two surprise listeners this week. Number one, Melvin Carter's wife listened to the show. Number two, the perpetrator of the cucumbers and the strawberries and the lube on the Alexa list you were listening to. Who else is listening? Rachel, we got to get back to the show here, but thanks for clearing that up.
No problem,
You're
you guys.
the worst,
I'm so sorry.
Worst friend ever. You know, it's funny now that she says that. So there are some people who are texting in saying, I do that to my friends, too, and I will put disgusting things or stupid things on their Alexa shopping list. So, Jonathan, there's the answer. Mystery solved. Apparently, there is no infidelity, at least that we know of, in this whole marriage. So,
right. The answer is I'm going home and I'm throwing my Alexa in the garbage. That's the answer.
It's too incriminating. So let's wrap up here, Jonathan, because you were talking about some things. We always get a story out of you, Jonathan, from Fogel Family Law, fogelfamilylaw.com. What's this week's story?
Yeah, and let me say, first of all, I come on every week, and I appreciate that so much, and I'm not an advocate of divorce. I don't think it's something that should be the first choice, but if people go through it, I'm just here to help. And
of course.
The story that I have this week is, an unfortunate one but it ties into this, that Dad was sending naked videos of himself to his new girlfriend, and the kids were on the same plan, like a family sharing photo plan.
Nope.
And the photos went to the kids and the videos went to the kids.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult, it really caused some trauma there. And so I really encourage people to just be careful with your social media accounts.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's why I got a Nokia flip phone, counselor. So I don't have to worry about all that.
Those anymore.
It doesn't take photos, but it keeps me safe.
Okay.
Hey, listen, Jonathan, it's always fun to talk to you. I don't know they're going to go with my slogan, just undo it, but I think it's a hit. Thanks
I'll
for
run
being
it through my marketing people.
Please do. Find Jonathan and his help and get a free consultation at Fogel Family Law, Fogel, fogelfamilylaw.com. Jonathan, have a great Thanksgiving. We don't think we're doing War of the Roses next week, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks, all right?
All right, sounds good. You guys have a great holiday. Take care.
Thanks. We got to get back to War of the Roses here in a second. Just some comments, because this was an ongoing War of the Roses. If you just turn the radio on, let me bring you up to speed. He was going through his phone, opened the Alexa app, and on the shopping list in the Alexa app is like lube, strawberries, condoms, and champagne. He shows his wife, what is this? She's like, I swear to God, I didn't put that on there. He said, well, it didn't get there by itself.
Yeah.
She said, do you think I'm stupid enough that I'd put this naughty shopping list on the phone for you to find? He said, maybe you didn't think I'd find it.
Maybe.
And he then said, we used to do the strawberries and the champagne when we first met, before all the love and romance went out of our relationship. My words, not his. Turned out that we call her. She wanted the dinner invitation to the right person, her husband. Then her friend Rachel calls. Rachel's listening to the radio station. She hears it. She's like, oh, my God, I forgot. I was drunk. I did that to my friend Lanny as a joke.
Yes.
Hey, Alexa, add lube to the shopping list. So
just like that.
So we got to the bottom of it. So that then people are texting.
Yeah, people are saying it's BS, but someone said, I do it to my boyfriend's Alexa all the time. LOL. So it's very possible, but a lot of people are saying this is BS. She had her friend call. This is a typical best friend cover-up. Classic call BF and get bailed out.
I don't think so.
But a lot of people do agree. Dude, it was just a friend playing a prank and it went too far. Yeah.
It was my worst story was when a guy named Pat Eberts worked here 20 years ago for a joke. People used to carry briefcases into work. I put condoms in his briefcase for his wife to find. It was the worst joke ever.
Yeah.
Where are these condoms from, Patrick? I swear to God, I don't know. You're telling me there are condoms in your briefcase and you don't know?
Oh, no.
And he called and he's like, you really got me in trouble with the condoms in the briefcase. I said, I'm sorry, really sorry. I didn't plan on that. I didn't really think ahead. Do you want me to call your wife and tell her? He said, no, it's best that you stay out of it now.
Best that you just stay out of our lives.
She never liked me again after that, ever.